Welcome to Soccer as We Like It, the Man United Direction channel for United and football fans. We are back to football season as the curtain raiser is about to start on Saturday between Manchester United and Manchester City, the Community Shield, which is the winner of the league and the winner of the FA Cup, meet to start the season. But prior to that, we've come from a long preseason. But joining me today is Houston Denver Red. I'm a singing director, the one and only Louis. Welcome to the show, brother.
No longer Denver side, my man.
Oh, okay, so it's Houston singing director only, right?
It, man. Back in the H-Town, living large, back in the
Okay,
hometown. I'm loving it.
okay, okay. It's part of your titles. You were there, you conquered the place, you're back. So when I say
Okay, all
Houston
right.
and
Well, baby,
Denver, they're
we'll
like, oh
we'll
shit,
we'll
he's
keep it for now. We'll keep it
yeah,
for
we'll
now.
keep it for that. Right. As you know, Louis, United have went on this tour, lost the first game to Rosenborg, beat Rangers, lost to Arsenal, beat Real Betis, lost thrashed by Liverpool, and accumulated injuries along the way, like was a war zone. We lost Euro, who we just bought, Lindelof. So, to you, was this preseason a success or a failure in your opinion? Was it worth it?
Man, we are always the tragedy, aren't we?
Remember, we
We
lost
we are a
Menu at
Greek, we
Madrid
are a
last
Greek
season. Last,
tragedy.
yeah.
Um, Real Odysseus story. One step forward, two steps back all the time. It's been rough. I don't know if you I don't know if you can call it a failure of a preseason exactly.
So was anything actually achieved in terms of
I mean the objective was
yeah?
to get minutes. The objective was to try new things, make some money. You know, little
Yeah, the money
travel.
part. Oh, they made money.
Yeah, I mean, in that aspect, I mean, it is successful. Does it prepare you for this season? Kind of. I mean, look, man, we're coming off of one of, if not the worst injury crisis seasons of United history.
Mhm.
Um, we're not just going to we're not just gonna just get out of that. We're not gonna flip the switch and all of a sudden everybody's gonna be healthy and everybody's gonna be available. So in that regard, it's realistic, maybe. Um, Euro, that's just
Three
unfortunate.
months.
That's just absolutely man. What do you call that? That's bad luck.
It's like
I don't
a
think
menu all over again.
I don't
Remember, we
think you
lost
can.
Menu in Madrid game.
Yeah, I don't think that you can call that bad preparation or bad decision making on our part. I think, dude, yeah, you just got to chalk that one up to bad luck. I mean, that's miserable. That's absolutely miserable. Um, there's been some changes in the medical staff, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
I think they got rid of half of them.
does that does that lead to bright, fresh minds
I would love to think so, mate.
that
I
can help
believe that. Hope
along
so.
the recovery process, better the recovery process, make an environment where players can come back faster?
Right,
I hope so. But uh, yeah, no, that's something that we're going to have to deal with, and we're gonna have to deal with it all
right,
season.
right.
Because the injuries are, other than Euro, the injuries are happening to the same people.
Mhm.
Um, the injury, I
You
mean,
know, Luke Shaw's injured, right?
Luke Shaw, Victor Lindelof.
Luke Shaw played for England. He got injured not playing. I don't get. He's one. I'm beginning to. I'm beginning to. I don't even know what to say with.
Absolute anomaly. I mean,
Right,
I remember we talked about, like, I don't blame him for playing for his country.
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
to you want to play for your country,
right,
you want to represent, the national team. It's a huge honor. I do think he's the best left back in England.
right.
I do. So he deserves it. but where does that leave us? Because
Exactly my point. So he played for England, two
yeah,
games.
yeah. But I mean,
He left the pre the Euros. He's not even available for us. So no
yeah, but
preseason, nothing.
I think that the getting playing in a final, I think, is justifiable. Like if he had gone out and they had crashed out in the group stages and he had
Mm,
gotten injured and like
mm,
yeah, it's not worth it.
right.
It's not worth it at all. And he wasn't fit for the entire Euros, which was obviously it was a really bad sign. Does that what do you I mean, if any English player, if you tell him, look, you could be part of the starting 11 that brings it home, he's gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like here's a good way to put it. I think. Look, the English
He
fans
was injured before the tournament started.
but the English fans put that pressure of we need to win this cup for our history and the pressure and we haven't won it and singing that ridiculous song every 10 minutes.
Don't go there. Do not go there.
It's
That's
a
an
bad song,
anthem.
man.
That's
It's a
an
bad
anthem, mate.
song. That song is not good. But look, dude, think of the glory, even if he was injured, of if they lifted that trophy. Like he had to go for
He
it.
should have stayed home, rehabilitated.
For
Now
what? For
look
what, dude?
who's suffering? Who's suffering?
I'm playing devil's advocate right here because on one hand you have the potential to be the first English team to win a major tournament since the 60s. On the other hand, uh you're playing in a Manchester United rebuild season that might win a trophy, maybe, possibly a lower trophy, a domestic trophy. Um, Probably not going to contend for the league title. Not in the Champions League. Uh, it, it, which one are you going to pick? Which one would you pick? And I think,
I get it. But my point here is he was injured before the tournament.
yeah,
He got healed for a few games, played the game. He's not. He should have gone on rehabilitation to be ready for the preseason for Manchester United. He missed
yeah,
what
but
4 months,
I
four
don't think
months,
you, I don't think you
and
turned
now he's still unavailable.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. I don't think you turned down that offer. If Southgate was aware of his injury problems, and yeah,
Yes,
and that's fair. I think that's fair. You can call him a clown because I do think he's a clown. That's on Southgate for calling him up because if you if you don't call him up, then he has no choice. Yeah, he's going to stay home.
exactly my point.
So it's Southgate's fault. I don't blame Luke Shaw for that because if I'm getting the call, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? I hate Greg Berhalter with a passion, but if he had called me and said, "Hey, you want to play for the U.S., bro? Let's go." Like
I get it, I
he'll
get
go
it.
from the
But
worst
at
coach in
the
the history
end
to
of all of that emotional decisions and playing for the Free Lions, I get it. I'm coming home, I get it. But what of Manchester United who pay your wages? Whatever happened to them?
again, it's the risk it's the risk versus the reward. The reward was too
So
good to
now, no reward.
them's the breaks. Them's the break. I'm not saying it was the correct decision. I'm just saying I understand the decision. I get
So
it.
now we have no left back. And
Now
Malaysia we don't have. So we're going to be playing a young guy called uh, Amas.
yeah,
I think it's Harry Hamas. Harry
Amos.
Amas.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good till Salah skinned him and roasted him down the right there.
That's a world class winger, man. That's one of the best. That's one of
I
the
get
best
it.
to do
I
it.
get it.
And he's a young guy. And look, this is definitely not a long term solution. Um, and I mean, and this goes to to the next point. This goes
Right,
towards the transfer window.
right,
And what last minute? Well, I'm not even last minute. Still early August.
right.
A few weeks. What kind of deals can you get done? What emergency buys can you make? It's going to be on the club to open up the pocketbook to
Right.
support to back. Um, and really say, yeah, this is we're here to compete. Um, I the Delic Mazarawi deal. Yes, it's happening. No, it's not happening.
Mm,
What's the deal? Get that one over the line as quickly as you possibly can.
right.
I think that's the deal that needs to be done first and foremost over anything else I'm hearing about. Um, if you can find,
Mm,
I don't know, if you can find another fullback,
right.
I think you need to. I mean, before you look at potentially bringing any other midfielders, or I don't think we're in for any more forwards or wingers, but um,
Mm,
that deal has to happen, and it has to happen very quickly. So at least you can have 2.5 weeks to just to pick up anybody else that you might need. Because I mean, look, God forbid, knock on wood, whatever, we go in towards this weekend and you lose
right.
something else. Um, it's too possible. You know, you got Casemiro is in there. Bruno still hasn't taken a break. Um, you know, there's a lot of there's a lot of ifs in anyone that we could possibly play
Right.
this.
So as it stands, as you know, no left back. So we're gonna use the young guy, Harry Amas, gonna play. However it works out, blah blah blah. Um, Now for the game on Saturday, it seems Maguire's out, Lindelof is out. Um, this was a guy who we tried to sell. We can't sell him. We can't sell Lindelof. We we cannot sell the guy. We can't sell him.
His wages are too high.
Nobody even wants him. That's the problem.
He's well,
Nobody
again,
wants him.
it's like I was saying earlier, he's injury prone at this point. He has been injured several times, for long periods of time.
Mm,
Uh, I don't. It's not an attractive offer. Even for a mid-table or lower table club, like yeah, he's quality when he's fit as
right.
a rotational player, even like a first team player for a smaller club. He can put in a shift. But if he's always injured and you have to pay high wages on top of that, I'm pretty sure he's over 100 grand a week.
Yes, 120.
120 per
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Most clubs can't pay that for an injury prone center back, and the clubs that can have no use for him.
Oh,
Um,
Jesus.
it's a
So,
very difficult. Yeah, it's a very very difficult situation.
so on Saturday, it looks like it's going to be Martinez and Evans as the centre back pairing.
Yeah, probably.
Wan-Bissaka, we can't sell. He said, yeah, he'll go, but United need to pay him 7 million.
I did see that.
I mean, what's
I'd give it
the
to him.
bloody cheek?
I'd give it to him. Um, I think. Look, I still rate
He's
Wan-Bissaka.
holding the club ransom. So,
I
you
wouldn't
know,
call it ransom. 7 million, I think, is fair. That's not a lot of money comparatively. Obviously, to you and me, it is. But look, man, I still rate him as a fullback, especially as a defensive fullback. I think he's quality. I think he wins balls. He's one of those players that if we sold him, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But if we kept him, I'd be happy with it. Overall, I think he's a very good rotational fullback.
but
Um,
West Ham are offering him a guaranteed regular first team football every week.
and I'm sure it's a pay cut. I'm sure it's a pay cut if he goes to a West Ham. And I think, look, I
Yes.
think for what he's done and for the fact that, yeah, it's a contract break, I think seven's fair. I say give it to him. If he was asking for something ridiculous, 20 plus, whatever, 30 plus, yeah, he's an asshole. Fuck him. Good night. But nah, dude, for seven, that's a thank you for your service. That's what that is.
Right.
Give him the seven and let's move him on.
Okay.
And
So
and of course,
he's even injured at the moment. He's injured
yeah,
after his diabolical, shambolic, absolutely disgraceful performance against Liverpool on last week.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people who had shambolic
But he seemed
or
to have been,
against
you know,
Liverpool.
when a suspect's always at the crime scene and every camera, oh, look at him. He was there for the first goal, second goal, third goal. He was always there. Him and Casemiro at the first goal. Second goal, what was he doing?
It can't be a coincidence, huh?
You see what I mean? That's my point.
It
That's
can't
my
be a
point. After
coincidence.
that game, yes, on that day, after Liverpool game, I said,
Yeah, but damn it, man, poor guy.
goodbye, good night on your bike, son. I was after that performance, I was done. I was done.
But look, man, he's had, and that's the thing is people forget what you've done. People
Oh
forget what
yeah,
you said.
oh yeah,
It's what have you done for me lately? What are you gonna
yeah.
do?
Like Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? What he done lately was fumble 3 times against Liverpool and let the scouts thrash us 3-0. That's what he done for us
In
lately.
a
It is what
preseason
it is.
game, and they didn't knock us out of the Europa.
No, true.
Have mercy.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, you see, with Liverpool, even if it's 5 against 5, it's not a friendly. There are no friendlies between man.
no,
Even if it's a
okay.
skipping rope competition, it's not a friendly game. It's war all the time. Midnight, daytime. If it's in Shanghai, Europe, it's war. So losing to them in a pre-friendly game, it hurt.
Let me ask you this: was it what hurt more, the result, or do you feel like maybe it was like the performance was like a I don't care mentality? Were you feeling that from that game? Were you feeling like they
I
weren't?
thought with the lessons I learned, for defending, for finishing. Liverpool didn't have many chances. They were more clinical. When they had the chances, they scored. They defended. We
They were
couldn't defend.
extremely clinical going forward. They were
Yeah,
extremely.
we just had the keeper saved the keeper. Their keeper did more jobs, did more work than our keeper. But yeah, we ended our game trounced 3-0. Could have been 5.
What day was that game? That was
Man United Liverpool 3-0. We lost on last weekend, Saturday.
last weekend. Oh, I'm trying to find the date so I can just pull it up.
Well, the July 29th, I think, was it? It was.
29th.
I think on 30th. I don't know. It was a disgraceful performance. So either ways, we got first. That was just horrible. It was just horrible. We just couldn't defend, couldn't score, and
But
game
again, do
goals win
you
games.
feel like do you feel like it was like tactics not working, like technical mistakes, or was it like do you feel like it was a lack of effort? Because
I
I
won't
mean,
say
I
it
thought
wasn't
I saw
lack
the
of
players
effort.
at least try to put a shift in. That's kind of what I'm getting
It
at.
wasn't lack of effort. It wasn't poor cushion. It just shows some of them are still not good enough, even in preseason. Like Casemiro, how he just put himself there for the first goal, and Fabrizio Carvalho just turned him in and out and displaced him as Wan-Bissaka. It's embarrassing, mate. It's just embarrassing. Then when Salah tortured Harry Amaz down the right, cut the ball in, Wan-Bissaka should be in front, not letting the guy get in front of him to score. This is what I'm saying. Lack of awareness around you.
No,
The
100%.
third
I mean,
goal, he was lost again.
yeah, no, it was for me again. I think you're right. I think it's look, they're just not good enough.
No, they're not. We
So,
have too much quantity and not quality.
but I can look at a preseason game and I can look at a preseason game knowing that not we're definitely not the better team.
No.
Um, and you try to look for the positives. You
There were
understand
none.
it's
There were
difficult.
none. None. The only positive for me in the whole preseason was Ahmad. Everything else,
Ahmad did Ahmad did or has done well throughout the preseason. I'll
top
give
scorer,
him
three
his
goals.
due. I'll give him his due. In the preseason, he's stepped up in a big way. I think he's trying to prove, that he deserves to be in a starting lineup situation. I would still be skeptical. going forward because look, I don't rate Ahmad or previously haven't rated him very much. I think he has a lot of steps to make. But look, that's a
I
part of
think
it.
he's more
And I
clinical
think
than
that's
Garnacho, though. I think he's more clinical in front of goal than Garnacho.
oh no, I don't.
But because we see Garnacho play more games, I think Ahmad is a bit more technical than Garnacho in terms of those tight, small dribblers. He can make
I
us.
would disagree with that
You don't agree?
overall.
Okay,
I
I
would
think because we don't
disagree.
see enough
Yeah,
of him.
yeah, no, and again, and that's really what it is, right? It's very difficult to kind of make these comparisons because he doesn't get the minutes. He doesn't get the minutes. I think there's a reason for that, honestly. Like
But
Garnacho,
he was injured literally in preseason again last season, like
yeah,
Kobe,
I think you're right.
and he missed what?
Or
Literally,
was he injured, or had we already loaned him out at that point?
no, we hadn't loaned him out. He was injured. Then when
Okay,
he got well, he was out for like 4 months. Then he scored that winning goal against Liverpool and
yeah,
was coming on making cameo appearances and turning games and making
yeah.
impacts in those last games that pushed us to eighth and got us through the FA Cup final. You know,
Was that 2 seasons ago?
no, we played Rangers this.
No, no, no. Sorry. When Ahmad played for Rangers,
Yes,
that was the season before last.
yes.
Oh my
No, he
God,
the
Tim.
season before last he played for Sunderland.
Sunderland. When did he play for Rangers? Was that the season before that?
That was the season before that.
Tim, we're getting old, my man.
Yeah, that was the season before that. He played for Rangers, then played for Sunderland.
How was
Sunderland,
that that long ago?
he scored
Wow.
14 goals for Sunderland. He was the top man there.
Yeah. Wow, man. Okay. Yikes. Yeah, and he's how old now?
23, 24, 23.
23. Yeah, nah, dude. If you're not that breakout at this point, I don't rate you, my man.
No,
Especially
but
because
I think um Eric Ten Hag is starting to look like, okay, there's something here. He has what it takes. Right foot, left foot, right foot. He's left footed, but he's good on right foot. So he's more consistent than Anthony.
Anthony's pretty consistent, just consistently poor. Um,
I I
so
was quite upset that we couldn't get anyone to buy, even loan him out. Fabrizio Romano said, yeah, Casemiro's going to Saudi.
yeah,
It went dead, nothing. Uh, Anthony, there's a Saudi team coming for Anthony.
yeah.
Crickets, nothing. Now, if we move on to transfers now, with United not able to get the deal across the line, how do you feel about this?
As I was saying, like that's a deal that you gotta get done. Um, you gotta make that deal happen. Mostly at this point, just to fill the gap that Euro's now left. But we needed him regardless.
Mhm.
Not look, he's a really good player. I think he would fit Ten Hag's system. I think it would be a good signing for us. I think it would be a very positive signing for us. But the other part of that is Ineos, like prove your worth. Like get it done. Make it happen.
Bayern Munich won 45 euros, 45 million euros. United don't want to go above 35 million.
Hey, I look either meet in the middle and see if they'll take it at like a 32 or I mean at like a 37 or something like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Um or just pay it and let's move on. Pay it, get him in, get him
I think
training.
he's a very good player. I could see him and Martinez in the center of defense
I
do
think
good
it would be
things
a good
together.
pairing. I think it would complement the I would think they would complement each other well.
Yeah, 100%.
And it would allow Martinez even to take a higher role in a
Yeah,
higher position.
yeah,
Um
100%.
no, do it. Just get it done. And if you want to add Mazraoui as part of the deal, great. If you don't,
Exactly,
then leave it. But get this one done. Get the center back done because we need it.
exactly.
It's clear we need it. It was clear against Liverpool that our back four was not good enough. With um, hold on, I just had it up and now I'm on Ahmad's bio. Who was in that starting lineup? It was
Against Liverpool, it
yeah,
was Amas, Wan-Bissaka,
I just meant the
Lindelof.
back.
Centre
Lindelof,
back was
Evans, Wan-Bissaka, Ama. That back four can't beat Liverpool. You stop it. Talking about the game was a beat down. Like, no, come on. We never expected that back four to be successful.
well, with Casemiro and Collier in the midfield, Tyler Collier, or what his name is, I think so.
Yeah,
And
calling you.
so,
Who
but
made
they just they had the chances, but they could not finish. You don't
and
finish,
who
you
and
don't
who
score,
told
you don't win.
and who told Ten Hag to play Sancho as a 9? What? We come on. No one was
And
taking.
he was absolutely shambolic. He was
I mean, at that point,
rubbish.
just play Rashford up top and leave Sancho on the
He
left.
was rubbish.
I don't understand
Absolutely
that at all.
rubbish.
I don't know what they were trying to see, but clearly this was not a game where we were interested
No,
in.
he was absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. I'm sorry. He was bad, really bad. So now
Where was
that the whole
he was
preseason
in
malarkey's
California,
over,
wasn't it? South Carolina.
right? Yeah.
Dude, if you paid for that game, I think only I
And the
think
funny thing was that game was sold out. It was bigger crowd than the Liverpool game had the biggest crowd.
that's one of those games where I think if you're in coaching, player ID or recruitment, um, or any type of college scouting or anything like this, I think that's an interesting game for you.
Right.
I think that's a game you're going to enjoy if you're in the industry. I think if
Right.
you're as a fan, sorry, you might have wasted your money there a little bit.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, the Liverpool fans
probably
were
should have
full
got your
voice
tickets half price.
saying they never walk alone. We were just humiliated there. Just
Yeah,
it was like we were not even in the game. It's 3-0.
honestly, to me, overall, it I did learn some things about Goyer, about Amos,
Yes.
definitely, and you learned that don't put Sancho in the 9. I think from the other side, like Jota, Salah, Elliott, who I think is phenomenal, Bradley, um, Gravenberch, he's okay. Um, yeah, it's just a better lineup.
We were just
It's
not
just
good
a better
enough. We were
lineup.
just not good enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hound the United team too much for that game.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of call it. I'm gonna chalk that one up as a wash. Like, no, seriously, like, yeah,
Mate,
I don't think
I hear
any
you.
I don't think anyone in the camp was taking that game seriously from a
Oh,
results.
yeah, like I told you, even if it's a 5-5 against five, it's
Yeah,
raw.
I know,
You
and you're right.
never want to
And
lose to the Scouts.
you're absolutely right, and we should have that mentality just as Manchester United. But at the same time, just realistically, yeah, let
Not
that
good
one.
enough. Not good
I'm gonna
enough.
let that one go. I'm gonna pretend like it never even
Well, we
happened.
meet them. We meet them in 6 weeks, so
And yeah, wildly different game. Their lineup is gonna
it
be
better be,
different.
mate.
Our lineup is
It
gonna be
better. It
wholly
just
different.
better be.
Yeah.
Now, we have the match preview between Manchester United and Manchester City. What are you expecting from this game, and who will be your starting 11?
Oof.
We have a
I
few
don't even
players
know if I
back.
can.
We have
I
a
don't
few
even
players
know if I
back.
can give a starting 11 because I don't even know all who's injured. The list is too long.
If you tell me who you want to start, then I can tell you if they're
Yeah.
available or not.
So
Because I
look,
listened to go on.
Onana starts.
Yes.
Martinez and Johnny Evans are in front of him because
Yes.
we have any other center backs that are not injured.
No. They're
That's
all
it.
injured.
We only have 2.
Yes.
Dallo plays.
He's only just started preseason training
He's
because
only just started, but he'll play. He'll play.
maybe he'll. I mean,
If even if he
United's player
plays
of the
limited
season last
minutes, and
season.
maybe yeah, even if he plays limited minutes, and someone comes on for him, he'll start. The other side, though,
It looks like it's going to be Harry Amas. And I think Doku's gonna roast him there.
we have to have a better option than that.
There's not. Malaysia is still injured and still training to get back to fitness. Your friend Luke Shaw's out again.
Put Kobe there.
Kobe, I don't even think Kobe's gonna play.
Why is Kobe not gonna play?
Because he just only just returned back from the Euros. Because they give those people who played in the Euros more time out.
Well,
So
yeah,
they've got no preseason. They're just training at Carrington.
no, fuck it. I think you have to.
So you got the back line. So you want Dallo, you said Harry Amas. Let's go to the midfield. Casemiro will definitely start.
Casemiro's gonna be there. Bruno's gonna be there, and probably Mason's gonna be there.
Yes, Mason will be there. Bruno just came back this week. I don't know how much.
Yeah, if Bruno's gonna play, then Kobe's got to be available at least for some minutes, even if he doesn't play a full 90.
Okay, so if
He's
you
gotta-
put Mainu, Bruno, and
honestly,
Mount.
I would legit start Kobe Manu as a fullback.
Oh hell, no way. You
What
don't want him. You don't want him injured out there. No way.
he could easily put a shot. Honestly, I don't think he gets injured. I think you tell him you can push high when we're in possession, track back.
I think we're gonna be caught out too
Track
much.
back when we're not. No hard tackles.
I'd
Stand
rather
up.
play Amas. I'd rather play Amas there, honestly.
I don't know.
Okay, so you're going to the attack. What's your midfield like? You got Mount, you got Bruno, you got Menu. What are your front three?
I think your midfield. I think you go Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro. I think that's what it's going to look like.
Mount, Bruno, Casemiro. Yeah, I think that's right.
I think Bruno plays the in between. I think he plays as more of a box to box, and I think you allow Mount to play the 10, even though he's not as good. But I think you kind of have to. Then
up front, Rasmus is out from the preseason.
I think you probably go Garnacho.
Garnacho ain't back yet.
I thought he came back with everybody else.
No, he played Copa. Copa was
but
I think he started training this week.
The same weekend.
This week, yeah, he came this week.
So he's back or he's not back?
He's back, but is he match fit is another thing. Remember, these guys have had no preseason at all.
Yeah, I know. I understand that, but I think at this point, you have to get them some playing time because the next game is Fulham
on Friday. Yeah.
And so I honestly, I think you have to. Again, I think it's about giving them minutes. I don't know what subs are like in the Community Shield either. Is it 5?
5.
5 with 3 instances. So, yeah, maybe you give Kobe minutes, you give Garnacho minutes, and you give Bruno minutes.
So would you start Rashford on the left?
I think you might have to start him up top.
Then who's going to be on the left?
Garnacho or Sancho.
Okay, then on the right.
Ahmad or Anthony.
Oh, jeez. Anthony, I keep forgetting he's still there.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those two.
I think we all know who's going to be selected. I think it's going to be Ahmad above.
You gotta play the $1 million man.
I just don't feel I don't have no confidence we're going to win that game. I just can't see it.
Oh, yeah, no way.
So you don't think we're going to beat City?
Come on. We're missing half our starters.
I think they're missing a few too.
Who?
They're missing what's his name? Goku. I mean, they had some players in the Euros as well.
Goku, Foden.
Exactly.
Who else played in the final? Jones.
Jones.
Stones and
didn't what's his name go to Euros?
Who?
De Bruyne. He went to the Euros.
He'll play. They got knocked out rather early, didn't they? Wasn't it like round of 16?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. He's fine. He'll be there. Holland will be there. Grealish didn't go to
the two Portuguese guys. They've only just returned back.
Uh, Can Cancelo? No.
No,
Oops.
what's his name?
The hell?
Diaz, is it Diaz?
Oh, Diaz.
And the other one. They got two of them there. One in the defense, one in the midfield.
One in the defense, one in the midfield.
Short guy. He plays in midfield. He plays like an 8 for Man City. I remember his name there. Bernardo Silva.
Oh, Silva. Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah, Silva's gonna be back. How did I forget Silva? Yeah. Bernardo Silva, João Cancelo. Yeah, I was right. Ruben Diaz. Oh, they also
So,
have.
what's your predicted score? Now that you've agreed and
Uh,
predicted United can't beat City, what's the predicted score?
yeah. Look, I don't know if it's gonna be.
If it's nil-nil, if it's still a draw, 90 minutes, straight penalties, no extra time, straight penalties.
Yeah, no, I don't think you hold them to a draw. I think you try to hold them as long as you possibly can, but as soon as the first goal comes, it's the floodgates. I think are gonna open. So
Flood.
it depends on how long you can hold. I mean, I'm serious. It depends on how long you can hold them off. If you can keep them until late second half, like 65th minute, maybe you can keep that one down to a 2-0. Um, I think if you get scored on in the first half, shit, man, sky's the limit. Because I think it's gonna look a lot like the Liverpool game because I think it's gonna just be a lot of players that just don't have a lot of experience playing together.
I agree.
It's gonna be a lot of new faces. So yeah, difficult one. Very, very difficult one. Look, I want to see us come out and play as close as to our starting 11 as we can possibly get and put a shift in. If we can, if we can get a result, that's absolutely fantastic. Um, if we expect a loss, which I kind of do, it's about doing the little things right. Playing with grit and shutting it down as long as you possibly can. I think look at this point, I mean, we've accepted the Ineos rebuild project. We've accepted this. We accepted that has been the narrative. We know it's going to be a long road. Um, at some point, they're going to have to start delivering 100%. But look, for Ineos, it's early days, new football structure. Yeah, man, it's going to be rough. It's going to be slow going at
Right,
first. And
right,
and I think Saturday, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I'm not expecting a lot of good things, and it breaks
right.
my heart to say it, but
Oh, I
it's
mean, I think United will lose 2-1. I don't see United winning that game at all. And City's
sport
incentive will be a revenge. Like you
for United.
humiliated us on national TV in the FA Cup final. We're gonna try and beat you back. I just can't see us beating City. I cannot. Not with this squad that's half depleted and half of them don't know where they're going to coming from at this moment in time. So no,
Do you
I
even have
think
do you even have half the players that started that final?
no.
I don't think you even have half.
Even what's his name's not even there. What's the guy from Morocco?
Amrabat.
Amrabat. He's not there. So even though it's not even though we're
Amrabat
gonna say
start that game?
yeah, he started FA Cup. He was there. He was part of that anchor in the midfield that stopped
Oh,
Liverpool Man City playing.
God, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, he got an FA Cup. He got an FA Cup medal.
FA Cup champion, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
What a beast.
here we are, Community Shield. We're trying to find good 11 good players. A good thing there is maybe this guy he might be making his debut. Jazerbi,
The Zerbi.
Joshua Jazerbi, the new striker. But
Oh, uh, is it? Is there a D in there? I didn't even realize there was.
is it
Isn't
Joshua?
it?
I know Joshua.
Isn't it Xerxes with a Z?
Xerxes, yeah, Xerxes.
Xerxes. I was like, did we get deserved 10 hogs out? Wait, what?
No, Xerxes. Xerxes, yeah.
Xerxes.
Yeah.
Uh, no, yeah, actually, you're right. I didn't even consider that he
Yeah.
could start.
He might come on. He might come on, make his debut.
I wonder if he starts.
He, uh He might be the one up front. Yeah, he might. I
Because we
think he
don't
could
have
start.
striker. That
He could
that
start.
gives me a little bit more confidence, actually. At least to put some pressure on the goal. At least to put some pressure on the goalkeeper
Exactly.
and maybe
Did
have
the goalkeeper leave?
from City,
Yeah.
Everton. No,
Or,
the
or is
Brazilian
it the Liverpool City goalkeeper who left?
Allison left.
I think one of them was going to Saudi.
Really?
I don't even know if the City keeper or the Liverpool keeper who went to Saudi.
No. Ederson is still he's still at City.
Still there?
Okay, let me see. Let me see Allison. I didn't even hear about that. That would be insane. Allison, no, he's still there.
Hmm. I thought that one of them went to Saudi. That they were leaving. They left. Huh. Interesting. Oh well.
Yeah, no. Dude, that would be insane. Because who would they put there?
Right. Oh, okay. So I mean, with the game
Speaking
on
of keepers,
Saturday,
though,
yeah, go on.
speaking of keepers that made transfers, David De Gea,
Where
supposed
is
to
he now? Nowhere.
Fiorentina
Oh, he's signed
in
for Fiorentina?
in Italy. Yeah, the deal's supposed to be announced in the coming days.
Nice. I'm happy for him.
Fabrizio.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah. I'm extremely happy for him because that's a good club. It's a good team. Yeah, good on him.
I'm happy for him. I mean, he had the whole season unemployed.
Two, I think. Right?
Was
Was
it two
not
seasons?
in second? I know this is his first. I guess it was first. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, whole season.
Yeah, whole season without football. Well,
Transfer windows and couldn't find anything. Yeah, it's a
mm,
shame, man.
right. So as it stands, Man United will be playing Man City in the Community Shield on Saturday. Most United fans aren't too confident because of the accumulation of injuries, and I spoke to a lot of United fans. They're not happy with United's performance in the preseason. Yes, they expect better, but it's the injuries that were picked up and no consistency
Uh,
of flow of
I
football.
thought there were definitely some good moments. I thought that, like Rangers, definitely great moment.
Betis was a good game. They
Um, I
nearly threw that away at the end.
Betis, yeah, Betis was a good game, lots of goals. I think Rangers is probably our best team performance overall. Um,
Arsenal Liverpool just shows we are far
what
away.
was the final score for Arsenal? Was it 2-0?
2-0, mate.
2-0. Yeah, that's not bad.
No, 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 no. 2-1. 2-1. We won on penalties.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they did penalties regard, which is such an American thing. Um, but yeah. Yeah, no, that's not a bad showing, honestly. Again, like look, dude, preseason I I I've tried to live by, and I know when I get emotional in the bar, it doesn't look it, but I try to live by the idea that in preseason you cannot take preseason as an indicator that you're going to do very very good in the season or that you're going to do very very bad in the season.
Oh,
I
Real Madrid had the preseason. They won the Champions League and the league title last season.
yeah. Well, again, Real Madrid. And then they went out and they bought Mbappe.
I say no more. That's a team that has ambition.
That is a team that has lofty ambitions, 100%.
Yeah.
Um,
They want to remain the best. So
yeah,
they
look,
signed the best.
under normal circumstances,
We can't even sell Lindelof. Can't even sell Anthony. Can't sell
you're
Wan-Bissaka.
making it sound like all hope is lost. It's early days, Tim. It's
I like
early.
I like your optimism. It's nice to be optimistic, but
I'm trying
when
to be. It's
but
not
it's
easy.
not that. It's the funny thing is nobody wants them. That's the fear. Nobody wants them.
I mean, well, it goes to show how bad the Glazers have run this club over the last decade. We
Oh
we
boy.
we bought and held on to, re-signed, and gave new contracts to players that we knew
Exactly.
were not of the level, that
True.
we knew would not win us titles, that we
True.
knew were safe, cheap,
100%.
uh, and we want to buy. We're buying, not as quickly as we like, but also that's part of the fact that we have to make money before we can spend it, and we have to make money by selling players.
But we can't even sell. So even when Ten Hag was asked in the Simon Lurkhurst asked him, "Does United need to sell to buy?" You know what? He's Eric Ten Hag. He said, at this moment in time, we are still. It's too early to make any conclusions. We've got some good players. Because if he says that we need to sell
He's
to buy, it makes clubs think we are desperate, which we
Yeah,
are.
no. Look, Ten Hag's always been very good about giving the diplomatic answers, that answering the question without answering the question. Um, I think the Dutch are just absolute masters. They've mastered the art.
Mm,
100%. They're very, very good about, the
right,
straight face talking.
right.
Um, I don't think you're ever gonna get a solid answer out of a Ten Hag.
I
I
thought
think
so, mate. I thought so myself.
he's gonna keep his cards very close to his
Oh yes.
chest,
Oh
and
yes.
that's commendable. In some,
Mm,
it's frustrating, especially from the fan base. It's very frustrating.
right.
Um, I think every club that adheres to financial fair play and does the right thing overall, they have to sell to buy. Everybody does, because that's literally how financial fair play works.
Right.
It's based on your revenue.
Right. All
And
right.
you only get so much revenue during the season, even if you win competitions. And your biggest transfers of money are player transfers.
Mm, mm,
Um, we know we have to sell to buy, and
mm,
we know that the problems of the Glazer era are not gone, because the Glazers
mm.
are not gone. So it's going to take time to reverse those massive, massive errors, and those massive, massive errors rhyme with Ot McOminay.
He's
uh,
still there.
you
Still
know,
there.
and Harry Maguire.
Still there.
Uh, we know we have these problems, and we're gonna have to deal with it. And there are
Mm.
hurdles that we're going to have to jump, and the new players are gonna come slow. It's
Right.
still 10 in, 10 out, but it's not in one season. It's over the course of 4 seasons.
Okay. No, that'll be fine. But I just make sure they do they start the season well and they just play
Beat
well.
Fulham. I think that's achievable. I think that's 100% achievable. Get the season started off on the correct foot. Um, the Community Shield, do your best, but it's I don't think it can be considered a priority. I think Fulham has to be considered a priority, and I think it's about preparing, making sure as many players are as fit as possible for that game, and starting with 3 points. I think that
The Fulham
a
game's on a
major
Friday.
step in the right direction. Say that again.
The Fulham game's on a Friday,
It is, which sucks.
which really sucks.
Yeah, Friday night, man.
Friday night. Ridiculous. Well, Louis, it's been an absolute pleasure once again catching up with the transfers, the injuries, and the preview for the game against the noisy neighbors. And we can only hope for the best on Saturday. I think we're going to lose the game. You think they're going to lose the game. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's now going to
You
be
say it.
how much are we going to lose by?
You say it
One.
so sad. That's the worst part. You're so sad when you say it.
It is. I'm a realist. I'm not. I'm optimistic, but I'm realistic. I know what we're
The
up against.
future,
I
the
know the
future
depleted
is
squad.
yeah.
And like I said, after seeing that Liverpool game, I just felt sick. And I've been sick since then going into this game. So it's like, ugh.
The immediate future is bleak, but the we can see the mountaintop.
Oh, okay.
We can see over the horizon, and
Oh,
it
I would
looks
love to
good.
see that.
It
I'd like
looks
to see
good
that.
over there.
The first 5 games are crucial. If they do win the first 5 games, and not start losing back to back to back. And I mean, they just need to get the act together. That's just the
What
simple
is
fact.
success out of 5 games? 15 points.
15 points. If they could get even 12 or 11, it'd be
Is
great.
9 what is 9 an option?
9, that means you already
It's
lost 6. You
already a
already dropped
30.
6 points already. It's too early in the season to drop 6 points. That's not good. Too
So
early.
minimum 11. You think?
Yeah. And I'd rather you win 3 and draw 2. I mean, out of those, Liverpool game's going to be in there somewhere.
I think it is, yeah, in the first 5.
I don't know. So, yes, I will see you on Saturday at the game. And we'll hopefully, if we win, we'll have a laugh and a giggle. If we don't, we drink our sorrows over a cup of coffee. Louis, it's been an absolute pleasure, brother. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We have just analyzed the transfers, the injuries, and the curtain raiser between Manchester United and Manchester City. Louis, thank you very much. You have a nice evening, and I will see you on Saturday. All right.
Thanks. I'm
You take it
looking
easy,
forward.
brother. Take
Yeah.
care. All right.